Hello, hello.
Hello, Noah dear. Yay, Noah dear can hear all. So that means people can hear us. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Ha! Nothing like tech issues.
Who's this Jamadgan?
Somebody watching the stream, Lord Reginald.
Yes, lovely.
Right.
Right. So we have Lord Reginald here again.
Yes.
And as you guys can see, so this is our last game of 2018, and this is the big game where we have both parties coming together finally. So super excited, and we will see how this turns out. Because this was a fun encounter where I was building up to it. I'm like, this is going to be so cool. And then I realized I have no idea how to DM this.
That's okay. We're gonna go off the rails from whatever you planned anyway. So.
Perfect. That is totally fine.
As is tradition.
We're gonna down all of the wonder potions all at once.
A
Yes.
bandolier of potions.
We're gonna mix them together.
Deck of wonder. Sven, you were getting thank yous for fixing everything and being awesome.
Yeah. The problem was between the chair and the keyboard.
Awesome.
Problem.
Well, so let's start off with an announcement of we had a contest for the artwork of Lord Baeridin.
Yes. Thank you, Megan.
Yeah.
Dr. Megan, excuse me. So this artwork presented by the so-called Lord... It's an artistic name I will give. Lord Baeridin.
Amazing.
The description of critical intent. At first glance, Lord Baeridin's aesthetic is often mistaken as a playful and easily accessible. But it's clear to see the brooding turmoil that pens these troubled strokes. This, of course, was given to us by our resident art critic, Sonova, who will win this drawing. So congratulations to Sonova.
And Sonova, if you can DM one of us, and we'll get back to you with, we'll get addresses and sent out to you.
I will send this to you. I will sign it to you, son of a.
Yeah.
It's a Baeridin original.
A Baeridin original.
Email.
I think our tech person will send you a direct message so that you
that'll
can
work too.
give them that information.
Eventually.
He's working it.
Yes, and huzzah to you.
Huzzah!
Good job, son of a. Thank you so much for participating.
Bully for you,
Yeah.
That's excellent art criticism. I would emphasize more criticism next time. I think it's rather rudimentary.
Oh, man.
He's kind of a jerk.
Lord Reginald.
Oh, sorry. Did I...
Money for all those 50-cent words.
We are all
Sorry, Lord Reginald. That's-
recovered mostly from PAX Unplugged, I think.
Yes, I heard it was a rousing good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And I saw Game to Grow posted the DM's Roundtable today, right?
Yes, our Roll for Healing Therapeutic Game Master Roundtable is up on the Game to Grow blog at gametogrow.org/blog. You can also follow us on @GameToGrow. You'll see that there too.
It's around all the places. I retweeted it. So
All perfect. Follow.
Yep.
Twitters.
all right. Any other big announcements? PAX South is coming up, and I think most of you guys are going to be there.
There will be a presence of many of the members of this team at PAX South, yes.
Rachel, are you going to be at PAX South?
I am. And I'm going to be on 3 panels, I think. So I'm not reaching Dr. B levels yet, but I'm working on it.
You should aspire to such heights. You
If
should
only.
aspire to such
If
heights.
only.
Silly man.
Yeah.
I won't be at PAX South, but I will be making a presence for Bodana at MagFest, which is a convention in Maryland at the start of the new year.
Nice.
So that'll be in about 2 weeks. I'll be doing the panel that folks who are at PAX Unplugged on ASD at your FLGS. as well as therapeutic benefit of the character sheet. And I'll be presenting with iThrive about the critical strengths engine upcoming. So doing 3 panels at MagFest.
That's awesome.
We will be at OrcaCon coming up in the greater Seattle area in January, right before PAX South. Other super exciting news in the Game to Grow world is that we were just chosen as one of the official 2019 charity partners for Gen Con.
Woo!
We will be at Gen Con in a gigantic way, and which is super exciting because I've always wanted to go to Gen Con, and now I get to go to Gen Con like as an official ambassador of Game to Grow, which is pretty exciting.
Well done.
That's awesome.
Well done.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yes, appropriate golf clap.
Really nice.
All right. Any other announcements or plugs that you guys want to do?
I think that's it.
All right. So our music, of course, comes from Scape. So check them out. They do amazing gaming music. But I have a big announcement for Clinical Role specifically. So Lori B, who did our amazing art of Winhold, which I'm going to pull up right now. Love it. And I sent her a message and was asking about other art. And she's now our official cartographer.
Sweet.
Whoa.
Awesome.
So,
That's cool.
and may I present the area that you guys are all in of the Moonlit Mountains?
Cool.
That's super cool.
Yes, it's a lovely representation.
Is she accepting commissions?
I believe so. She is. I'm gonna put her name in the chat. At Lori LORIBEANDERBC is her Twitter. And I gotta get back to. I have too many tabs open as usual.
Is she from Canada or is she really, really old?
You know, I'm not sure. She's very nice and she makes beautiful maps, so I'm gonna say she's from Canada. But
Cartography is a kind of an older.
It's an old art form.
Yes,
Yes.
it's lovely cartography.
Are you thinking that she might be from like a BC era?
Yeah, before the comment.
yes, she is the Highlander.
She is the Highlander.
Yes,
The-
the Highlander, because there can only be one.
Yeah. Just watch. Just watch.
No one else makes maps, just her.
Yeah.
I have been telling everybody everything I know about Highlander 2: The Quickening. It's too much to know.
It's too much to talk about.
It takes up too much of your brain space.
It really does. Everybody who's like, "What you been up to?" I'm like, "Oh, I watched Highlander 2: The Quickening," and because let me tell you about this. It's Sean Connery's, and it's only Sean Connery played twice other than James Bond.
All
Yes.
right. Last call for announcements or anything?
Highlander 2 is one of my favorite movies.
Dr. B isn't here.
No.
I guess he must be running late. I was hoping that he would meet Lord Reginald Topperbottom before we got started, but I guess I hope he makes it to the stream.
Young Dr. B has left me notes.
I'm gonna look for him out here.
All right. Well, Lord Topperbottom, if you would please, I will cue the epic music for you to give us our
Yes,
recap.
appropriately epic. Yes, appropriately epic. When we last saw our trio, they were leaving the town of Penny Road. They discovered strawberry fields at Penny Road. They left through the mountains and went to a swamp, you see, and zombies were present in the swamp. They defeated the zombies with quick haste, and then proceeded on. Visions abounded at the base of a cliff. A silver wolf was present. Master Oashi, I believe his name was, bade Immeral to hither forth into his old stomping grounds of the temple. We discovered that demons and devils, there's a war of some variety with them and the armies of Palor, and there's some bother with camping at the base of a cliff. Gragnold was visited by the wolf spirit. It was quite nice. And it was warned of a hard road ahead. And when they apologized for the burbling, but as they tarried forth into the wilderness, they discovered the temple where young Immeral was trained. And that is where we left it, a siege about to take place.
Very good, Lord Topper.
That was great. Thanks, Lord Topperbottom.
Yeah.
Lovely.
If you made me my leave, I shall
Yes.
go ahead.
All right. Thanks. Anyway, for doing the recap and everything. I greatly appreciate that.
Adam, you're all alone.
That guy is so like proper. You know that he's a real lord. Owns land and everything. It's totally crazy.
Wow.
I still don't know what happened to Dr. B. I thought he was gonna be here. I was really kind of hoping that he and Lord Topperbottom would meet each other because I think they would get along really well.
It is kind of weird, Jimmy, that we never see him.
Did you see Lord Topperbottom on your way in?
He was here?
He was just here.
Oh, man.
Oh.
We'll meet eventually.
You guys, I can't find Raphael anywhere.
Right here.
What? Oh.
Right here. Hey.
Well, and
Well,
when
I'm glad you made it.
I'm sorry for being late at that Seattle traffic.
I was out in the parking lot looking for you.
Well, I was right here.
It was-
I came in through the other entrance.
It was raining.
it's that time of year in Seattle.
That's true.
Well, and
I
when
will say your hair holds up amazingly well under all of that rain, Adam.
Thank you.
He had a blow dryer. We keep it by the door. It's like an umbrella stand, but it's just a blow dryer. That we just...
That comes standard with Seattle properties, I've heard.
yes, it does. It does.
It's very common. Yeah.
And when last we left Baron Valdus and Enkai, they had traveled south from the lands of the Avians, following a call to help a siege that had been lain at the tower, or the Temple of the Seven Towers. And so you all had been brought down. The other group up on the ridge had just met Master Owashi. As he smiles at you all. You've come in good time. Glad to see you all.
Hi, I'm Baeridin.
It's nice to meet you.
I try and force Baeridin into a bow.
This is uncomfortable.
Bow!
We're on a
Bow!
cliff face.
Yeah, the cliff face you guys are on, by the way, is about 10 feet wide, and on each side is a sheer drop-off.
Like on both sides?
Yeah. So if you've ever been to Hawaii and hiked
Is
any
this
of the
like
mountains
stairs
there,
to heaven?
yes, essentially, except sans the stairs.
Awesome.
Which I actually have hiked that. I've gone up from the back and then gotten to the top of the stairs and gone down them. And literally, you're walking along a path that is seriously about that wide, and 500-foot drops on either side.
Check, please.
It's
You're
terrifying.
admitting trespassing.
At the expense of being rude, I believe that there are more important matters than being cordial. If we could attend to what needs to be attended to and thus move forward, there is much at stake.
Are Baron Valdus and Enkai also there?
I'll say yes, that you guys had arrived a little bit before, and Master Owashi kind of cocked his head to the side. I think the rest of our guests are arriving. And comes around, and these guys come out of the woods.
Baron!
It has been a while.
Baeridin's gonna run up and give him a big hug.
He big lots of man back patting on the
Full fist.
Solid man back. One arm man back patting.
I'm just standing back, letting them do their man hugging.
Where's Bird Person?
And you guys do see behind there's another creature coming out. So this is y'all traveled with Shadow before, slightly different form of an avian. So more broad across the chest, a little bit stronger. And actually, Gragnold and Baeridin, go ahead and give me history checks.
Yeah, that's not bad.
19.
All right.
What the heck is my history? Okay, 19 also.
Awesome. You guys would recognize this is not an Aarakocra, but a Tsuri. So they're humanoid griffins, essentially.
What's the feathered one doing here?
You're a different kind of bird.
Hi, I'm Baeridin.
Are you related to the other?
We're cousins of a variety, I suppose. Like, your races are all connected. Ours are as well. Vree, it's very nice to meet you all.
What was your name?
Vree.
What?
Vree.
How do you spell that?
It's a V-R-E-E.
You can't spell.
I'm working on it.
And you're working very hard.
How do you know? You weren't there.
That was Dawn speaking to him.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Don.
Of course. Master Owashi kind of looks just like, pleasantries are good, but I think it'd be good for all of us to go down.
Wait.
The quick way or the...
Well, Immeral, have you gotten to a point now where you can fall without harming yourself?
I mean, not completely. I've had more practice than I'd like.
My understanding is you two seem to have talismans that let you fall gracefully.
We do.
That is correct.
Oh, we should get some of those.
We can move inconspicuously.
Wait a minute.
Are you moonwalking?
Wait, hold on. Learned a new word.
I learned it from you.
Vree looks and he's like, I can take probably one of you two, pointing to Gragnold and Baeridin, but not you both. I'd have to come up and make a...
I'll take the shorter one.
Yeah,
I'll try and
just as a
pull pretty
question,
smooth with the shorter one.
do the medallions allow only for the weight of one person?
That's given your understanding. Probably if both of you were to use it and be holding the hand of somebody else, it would speed you all up. So not all three of you would get the benefits of Featherfall, but you probably wouldn't take very much damage.
That seems fair.
Okay.
Oh.
And someone can also turn into something super small, but you know.
I can also do
What? Oh, what? Make it less inconvenient.
Okay.
Baeridin says, if you're gonna hold on to me, I don't want you to drop me. Why don't I turn into like a tiny spider? That way I can cling to your back really easily.
or an octopus.
Or an octopus. Great idea!
Alright, so Baeridin turns into an octopus?
Yep, Baeridin's gonna turn into an octopus.
And who's...
Cling his way on Earl's back.
So Immeral, like, Baeridin climbs up on your back, and then all of a sudden these tentacles are in your face. And you look over and you see Master...
Backpack straps.
You see Master Owashi just looking and smiling at you. Like, I've missed having you around.
Baeridin's gonna curl an octopus tentacle to like look like a thumbs up.
And Vree comes over to Gragnold and
Real slowly.
by your leave, I can take you down if you want.
How long of a drop is this?
So there's the temples, and then there's two shelves above the temples. About one's 30 feet, and then one's about about 40 feet, and then the second one's about 70 feet up off the floor. And it's about 300 feet straight down to the ground.
Okay. I can reduce my falling damage by 30.
Okay.
30 damage?
30 damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
What?
So I can absolutely fall 30 feet safely.
I thought you could cast Featherfall at this point.
In all likelihood, I can handle about 50 feet.
It's a 3.5 monk who can safe fall.
Yeah.
I don't
just
know.
touch a wall.
I don't know how much damage falling is, but I wanted to see if Gragnold can handle it.
It's 10 per 10.
Gragnold's just gonna leap off like parachute style, but without a parachute.
D6 for every 10 feet above 10 feet.
Oh, it's D6.
Yeah.
Oh, they reduced that. Okay, that's.
I think so. That's what I'm remembering, at least.
Well, hold on, looking it up
Does it
very
still cap
quickly.
it at 100?
It's supposed to go it's supposed to cap at a certain point, but it actually caps below terminal velocity.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
So if I jump while raging,
This is the core. Listen, all of you watching this stream, you're getting the real D&D.
This is the real D&D experience. Okay.
We're gonna game how little fall damage.
can I survive?
So that'd be 290. Okay, that'd be 1,021 damage.
I'm sorry.
That's
What?
the max damage.
290, right? Because if we're falling for every... Oh, no, wait, I did it too much. It'd be 29 d6. Not... Okay.
29 D6.
Oh my God.
That's the cap.
Okay, hold on.
Is that more than 72?
79.
It would, yeah,
Oh,
so it would be an
you
average of 3 to 4 is the most common.
realize we have to heal you.
Yeah.
Okay, 1d6. Wow, that's way easier. So I can absolutely do 50 feet safely.
Okay.
What if Enkai and I both, using our feather fall, we helped one person between the both of us? Would that minimize the damage and allow for less weight?
No, I can probably do 70 feet, no problem.
I'm not sure they're gonna let you do that anyway. I'm kind
Well,
of
you're an octopus. You don't have much say at the moment.
The both of them just like
Exactly.
jump off the cliff. You know what? While everybody's arguing,
You
I
grab
just,
four
I just
tentacles, I'll grab the other
It's
four.
300 feet, not 50.
wait, total 300 feet. I thought there were ledges.
There's some ledges, so it's 70 feet down. Like, from the floor up to the highest ledge is 70 feet. So
Okay.
it's 270 feet to the ledge.
You said there was another one at 30 feet.
No, so 40 feet below that one. Hold on.
Ah.
All right, you guys are going to get to see my amazing art. Are you ready for this? Because I could not... I was trying to do Dungeon Painter. I didn't want to use Photoshop, so I used color pencils.
Oh, crap.
That's beautiful.
This
That's
is
a
so
big
this is so
fall.
great.
Yeah. So you guys are on that dark green bit up there. Then the two lighter green shelves are they're rice fields that are farmed within to help sustain the needs of the temple.
That right circle looks kind of like a skull.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aim for that one.
Does it look like a skull from above?
A little
So-
bit, yeah.
the rice paddy.
But I would say
Jump here.
if Baron and Enkai were to like hold Emerald's hands, like, and you use your monk ability, it would reduce the damage. I think you wouldn't take
Okay,
any.
let's do this.
Is Gragnold just gonna jump off?
And Vree could take Gragnold.
Adam
do
wants
this.
to know. I'll do that and survive. But Gragnold would not
He
jump
wouldn't-
off the mountain.
Jump 300 feet off the mountain.
Using my character's position, I would say Gragnold would probably want somebody to help him.
What you're saying is that you're going to place yourself in the mindset of your
This
character.
is something called theory of mind.
Yeah.
Whole new approach to role playing. You're going to take on the mind frame
I'm gonna role play my character.
as I'm blown away.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
cutting edge stuff right here.
Cutting edge.
Is there a bird person gonna carry him down, or is it
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah. So Vree comes over and again, it's just kind of like, you're okay with this?
Can you tell me exactly what your plan is?
I was gonna pick you up and kind of hold you close to me as I just flew down.
That seems fair. Do you have anything I should?
what was the plan that Gragnold wouldn't have agreed to?
Like holding him by his shirt or something like that.
Yeah,
He is not wearing a shirt. That's why.
Yeah. So he does have on like a leather harness that's got some of his weapons and gear strapped to it. He does tell you just to kind of hold on to that and kind of bear hugs you in, and then you guys start flying down. And you guys are jumping down with Featherfall.
Yep.
All right.
And holding on to Immeral's hands.
Yep.
Swinging him between between you two like a little
Wait,
child.
who's this other one? Who's this other one I haven't talked to?
Yeah, I'm just following the Baron's lead. He grabs your hand. I grab your hand.
Who are you?
You're asking me as we're falling?
Before we're falling.
Maybe as
Whoa, I don't trust this person. Who is this person?
Imagine you grab like Baron's hand.
We can argue over trust, or you can fall and take your chances with gravity. We have a way to get down, and time is definitely spilling from all ends. Could we please?
This is the ultimate trust fall.
Well done.
You were having a talk later.
Baeridin's still giving it.
Immeral is just is glowering so hard at Baron.
Gragnold is up there.
As he glowers, like seriously, as he glowers, Baron's just.
You can be as angry at me later as you want to be, and as angry as you want to be now. Let's get down there. There are things to be done that are more important than your ego. Let's go.
It's not about my ego.
All right, so you guys step off and gently fall down to the ground, re-landing with Gragnold.
As they're floating down, Immeral continues to occasionally mutter, "It's really not about an ego."
So as you guys are falling, it's
I don't know.
Yeah, the wind's like blowing in your face a lot, but it's an interesting sight because you're looking out and you can just see all of these campfires. This is nighttime as you guys had arrived, of this force that has laid siege to this area. You just see campfire after campfire, and you see like a cluster of them, and as you get lower to the ground, you start really hearing this echoing banging of hammers and rattling of chains and things. But eventually you land inside of the area of the SevenTowers, coming down, and Immeral, it's a very familiar feeling for you just to see all the lights, but
to fall off of a cliff to sneak into the temple.
Yeah. I have a hunch Immeral has snuck into the temple a few times.
Okay, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Immeral definitely snuck around the temple from time to time.
So as you guys come in, hold on, just making sure.
Can we do that again?
So you come down, like, Master Owashi is down as well with you. I wouldn't advise it. We were probably spotted on the way down. They do seem to be rather good with their bows.
Baeridin, who is a spotted octopus, raises his hand.
You're a spotted octopus?
Oh, he's spotted. I'm not spotted.
Yes, little octopus.
Baron notches an arrow.
So you guys land, you're in this courtyard area between a bunch of the towers, and you see before you, so to orient you to the map that's on Roll20 real quick, the curved wall towards the front is about 50 feet high, rather thick old stone. Immeral, you would know that beyond that wall there's a smaller, about 30-foot high semicircle wall with a couple of buildings in it. That's where livestock is usually kept, and when people are passing through and wanting to stay at the temple for shelter, that's where they're allowed to stay. They don't actually get to come into the proper area of the temple.
So it's like so it basically acts as a sally port?
Yes.
Okay.
Then there's the gates of the temple, and then the SevenTowers within it. The semicircle that you see down towards the bottom there is like the dormitory, dining area. It's kind of communal space. It's where the students stay until they choose their discipline. The half circle towards the back is the home of the master. So it's where Master Owashi lives. He also has 2 advisors who stay there with him.
It's a big place.
The north of the map is the back. The top of the map is the back.
Yes. Each tower is about 50 feet. So it's very, very large. One thing, though, that strikes you, Immeral, as soon as you land is... It's first off, there's that nice familiarity of being back here, where you've spent the majority of your life. But it is quiet. Even for the dead of night, it is very, very quiet here.
As we touch down, I ask Master Owashi quietly, "What's going on? Why is it so quiet?"
Come this way. And he leads you back towards the temple in the very rear. You would know this to be the temple for the monks who train for the Way of the Shadow.
I'm making sure to look out to keep an active eye out for them.
All right, make a perception check. Yep, that one.
Son of a.
He's a great viewer.
Is again the winner of.
Yep. Is that a 1?
I'm not saying it's not a 1. It's not a critical fail.
So, a 2?
What's that?
Is it a 2?
No, it is definitely a critical fail.
Oh, it's definitely a critical fail. So
it's not a critical fail.
Immeral, you try to do this thing of like, okay, I'm gonna walk like I know where I'm going, I know what's going on.
Well, I wasn't sneaking. I was trying to keep an active eye out for the monks of the long shadow.
Yep, and you're walking along, and right in your ear you hear, "Welcome back, Immeral."
Boom!
Hand is caught.
I actually think Baeridin freaks out too, but he doesn't really do an attack. He just sort of unlatches and flails all over the place, and falls around.
Immeral tries to grab from behind as soon as he feels the tentacles release.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can catch him.
Well, that's a little better. 16.
16, yeah. Just as you catch just the mass of his body right behind you as he's falling, and you turn and you look and you see this woman that you know, blue-skinned, long dreadlocked hair, always wearing black. You know her as the master of. When does the octopus run out of air? It can breathe air and water. If you look at the monster stats,
He's got an hour of air, I believe.
You know this to be Aurora.
Would you say she's somebody that you used to know?
Yes. Most definitely is somebody that you used to know.
Are we
Got
just
ya!
Are we just gonna do musical references?
All the time.
Why not?
All musicals, all the time.
And Enkai, you would recognize the race immediately since you've spent so much time amongst the Air Genasi as another Air Genasi.
Well, I would say that I was probably following in the back, and then when I would take some steps forward when Aurora came out.
She kind of looks. Another
Master
Genasi.
Aurora.
Immeral, good to see you. Still not as perceptive as you would like, I see.
Still ironically named.
Come, we're having a meeting.
I don't know. Baeridin's gonna shapeshift back into a gnome, still being held by.
The joke, you see the irony there is that Master Aurora is named after bright lights, but yet she's sneaky and not supposed to be seen.
Well, all I know is she got us. She got us good.
You know what? Just for that, I actually try and swipe something for Master Aurora.
God, go ahead. This is gonna be interesting.
21.
Oh.
I didn't even roll that great.
Hold on, I just have to look at something here. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna... Hold on. She's gonna be... What is she? That's... Oh, you just got her.
What'd I steal?
You get one of her throwing stars.
Okay, as I hold on to it for a moment.
Okay.
And as we're walking along, you know, I let a good minute or two pass as we're walking along, and I just casually say to Master Aurora, "Oh, by the way, you know, while I wasn't sneaking around, you probably wanted this back."
Always wear one with the slippery fingers, huh?
You know.
Keep it. I've got plenty.
Baron leans over to Enkai and kind of whispers,
Do you know this person?
I do not know this person, but she seems to be awfully important, and they seem to know this person.
I don't know them.
Okay, hold on. As we're walking, quick introductions. Master Aurora, with respect, I would like to introduce you to the Ghost Fang clan Gragnold and Baeridin. This is Master or Mistress, I forget. Mistress Aurora, the head of the Way of the Long Shadow of our order, and this is Baron Valdus, and I don't know who this is.
I am Enkai, and then I curtsy to Master Aurora.
Great.
She nods and offers her hand out to anybody who would wish to shake it.
Baeridin will shake your hand.
She's a very firm hand.
I'd shake Enkai's hand.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Baeridin.
Enkai, this is not Gragnold, this is Adam. What do you look like?
Tall, slightly blue tinged skin, long blue hair, maybe some kind of like scales, looks like scales on the side of my face.
What race is that?
Water genasi.
Oh.
Do you know
what is that? Tell me more.
Do what? So I am a sailor. I grew up, I'm like half, I believe I have human parents, but apparently that's not true. So since I've been with the avian races, they're like, oh, actually you come from these elementals and your whole life is a lie. So
well,
I'm just trying to...
And I don't know if you're free, they were telling you that just by living close to one of the areas where the elements, the planes are weak, that can cause the magic to bleed over.
Right. So I don't really know who I am or where I came from, but I spent my life on the sea. Then I went to learn about who I was, and that's when I met the Baron. And then I met the Queen, and she told me to come help you guys. So that is why I'm here.
Does Gragnold have any idea what is going on here?
Go ahead and just make an insight check.
Gragnold will just go along with a lot of stuff.
He's just
18.
18. So obvious to see that they're being held under siege. I'm kind of confused as to how Baeridin and Enkai are here as well, and Vree, and there's a lot of tension in the air.
Why is your skin blue?
Are you asking that of both people?
Yeah, there's two blue-skinned people.
Yeah.
I quickly throw a pebble at Gragnold.
Sorry.
That's really rude.
Gragnold, show some respect.
It was
why
born
is your
this
skin
way.
not blue? Yeah.
I like her.
He's got you there.
I'd say his question is a fair one.
Sometimes,
I think asking that is just as valid as what's with the feathered person.
But I would have asked that too. How did you become a bird person?
Yeah, but I'm asking about purpose, not appearance.
We are here to help. I think that is all that matters.
Yeah, Baron, how'd you wind up here?
Through a series of adventures that Enkai and I have had together, watching over the land, seeing the various signs and omens, they brought us back to you, and obviously a shared opportunity to fight against what is wrong.
Well, we mostly just bumbled about, but that sounds way better.
I, of course, expressed bumbling about in a much more dramatic fashion to give me a little bit more purpose in life. But there are
Committed art fraud.
It was one of the things we did. It wasn't everything we did.
It was a highlight.
Is fate not bumbling that we later give purpose to?
I also made some good beer.
No, it was wonderful beer. Definitely good beer.
So, Enkai, did he sweet talk you into coming along with all this too?
Well, the Baron has been very helpful, and when we met with the Queen of the Aarakocra, she insisted that we come here to help you, and that we shared a common goal. So that's why I'm here.
What did she say the goal was?
To find you and to help you.
Okay, so you're halfway there.
Here I am.
How about that?
How about that?
You're very agreeable, aren't you?
I'm very
You
Not
go
sure.
along-
I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just when there's a vision, and the Baron was like, "We should do this," so here I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aurora
that
kind of looks at
sounds
all of you and
appropriate.
is like, "Are you going to come in?"
Yes, let's go in.
And so you guys are led on the you come into this entryway, and it's a very dark, shadowy corridor. And she opens up a door, and there's a stairwell leading down, and immediately leads you all down a floor. Immeral, this is the first time you've been into one of the lower levels of this building.
I am paying attention to everything I can.
You guys come out into a hallway, and you're led into a room where there's several people already seated down. Master Owashi had kind of got ahead of you guys as you all were talking and kind of falling behind. And you see him sitting. It's not a round table because not enough room in here for that, but more of an oblong kind of oval table. And he's sitting towards one end in a slightly nicer chair than everybody else. And then next to him are his two advisors. And then you see seated around are 6 others. You see a small red-haired halfling dressed in bright yellow robes, kind of with a little smile on her feet, or smile on her face, kind of absently kicking her feet as they greatly don't reach the floor. You see this one half-orc, very hard to determine gender. They're wearing a tank-topped robe, very muscular and lean, and Gragnold especially, you would notice this right away. In front of them is this humongous mug. Even for a half-orc, it is big. And they're just downing it every chance that they can get.
Do we have names for them yet?
You would know, the halfling you know is Rosie. She was not the head of this order, though, when you were there.
So she was an up-and-coming monk?
Mm-hmm. She was part of the Sun Soul Tower.
Oh. Wow. So now Master Rosie?
Mm-hmm. You do know Krull as the head of the Way of the Drunken Master.
Krull, yes.
Though you've never had interaction with them.
I know of him.
Them, you don't know male or female.
Oh, yes.
You see a woman very, very put together. Her hair is put back, not a single hair is out of place. And as she's moving, it's all of her movements seem as though it's like a choreographed dance. You know this to be Winne. She's the head of the Kensei order.
Human, elf, what are we doing?
Human, yeah. I see another halfling. This one with pale white skin, dark circles under their eyes, dark black hair, sitting in just very gray and black themed robes.
Mm-hmm.
This one you knew was just made the master of the Way of the Long Death right before you left. This is Sinkel. Or Sikel.
Sincal?
Sikel, sorry, Sikel.
Okay. When this is an elf or
A Ghostwise halfling.
Jesus.
Oh, what?
Ghostwise halfling. I don't know if Baeridin and Gragnold would have ever encountered one. They're very reclusive.
What do they look like?
Pretty much as I described, very pale. Pale halflings tend to have dark circles under their eyes. One of the cool things about the Ghostwise halflings is they have limited telepathy.
That's pretty cool.
Huh.
Why is your skin so pale?
Knowing this, Immeral deliberately starts repeating a song in his head. And very specifically, this is the song that never ends.
As you enter in, you do hear the Immeral, and then You also hear in your head, like, as you're kind of going through this, make a concentration check, so constitution saving throw.
Come on, not wisdom. That was almost amazing. That was almost amazing.
Almost amazing?
Instead of 9.
9. All right. You hear the voice in your head, and you're like, I can't hear you. I can only talk to you.
And then I say out loud, how did you know I was doing that then?
And they just see them close their eyes and shake their head. And then Emerald, one person you knew would be here. You didn't want to see, though. Human female. They too. The head of the Temple of the Four Elements.
What's her name?
Thatu. They too.
I bow tentatively, Master Thatu.
And there are seats drawn for all of you. There's 6 seats each of you are able to pull up into.
6 seats.
Chair for...
Oh, for Vree.
Vree.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say a chair for...
We can call her Ishmael.
No. Isaiah? Who do you leave a chair for?
Enkai?
What?
Oh, Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah, no, there's one for Elijah.
That's the one. Okay, I got a couple of year words.
Yeah, wrong biblical name.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you also data, the different heads of the different monk orders all have, they're seemingly uncomfortable. You do see Aurora when she's kind of just drifts into her seat, very comfortable, leaning back, smiling. Master Owashi, though, like, he has sort of that air of just the grandfather who's super happy to see everybody at the table and very welcoming.
Are we sitting in like chairs at a table, or are we sitting just like chairs in like the middle of a big circle, like an interview?
No, it's chairs at a table. There's a table in front of you guys.
Okay.
Crow keeps slamming her mug down or their mug down and filling it back up and picking it up again.
Impressive.
I'll take one of those if there's...
Master Crow, you definitely want to share this one.
And a large mug. This one more what you would consider normal size for an half orc, and goes in front of Gragnold, and it is humongous for you.
Yeah, I can have a big kid glass too. That's fine, thank you.
You see Master Washi smiling is you all are making friends already. This is good. See?
Hey, Master Kroll, I pull a potion out. Would you drink this?
Is it alcohol?
Sometimes.
Sure.
Oh no.
No, you know what? Let's not do that right now. I'll give it to you later.
All right. More for me. And you see Master Owashi just kind of laughing, and I told you all that they would come. And looking around the room, you see Skill going, it doesn't change much. 6 people against that army outside.
I have 2 swords.
Yeah, Gragnold's basically like 2 people. That's like 7.
Well, Master Washi smiles and looks over to Aurora. It's like, Aurora, if you wouldn't mind filling our guests in. And she kind of looks at him. She's like, I know Immeral. I just met the rest of you. What are you all doing here? Why have you all come?
Great question.
Master Aurora, with respect.
Yes.
This is my clan.
I'm Baeridin.
Yeah, she met you.
Hmm.
Just say, not everybody did.
That's true. Great masters of the temple. This is the Ghostfang clan, Baeridin and Gragnold. Gragnold is chief of the Ghostfang clan. This is Baron Valdus and Enkai, who I know nothing about.
But she seems really nice.
And she's blue.
She is blue.
Most important thing to know about us is we are here to help. My sword and my bow are at your disposal. Signs and omens are what I follow.
He's helpful.
We come here.
He tries to be.
He has a particular set of skills.
Well, don't we all?
Good. All right.
And we were sent by the wolf spirit.
Wolf spirit.
Yes.
The Ghostfang clan worships the wolf spirit.
Well, we're not the Wolffang clan anymore.
No, we're the Ghostfang clan.
Well, we were the Moonfang clan before.
Yeah, we were never the Wolffang.
No, we were never.
That's some other yahoos. We don't like them.
Well, we don't like us anymore either because we're not the Moonfang clan anymore.
Yeah, we're iffy on that.
Okay.
That's how we like us.
We don't like the Judean People's Front.
The front of Judea.
Splitters!
And the Monty Python.
How is Master Owashi handling the repartee?
He's just sitting back and grinning. And you see Aurora finally just shake her head and say, about 2 months ago, envoy from the Church of Pelor came here, demanding that we open our gates to let them cleanse our temple.
Yeah, they've been on that for a while now.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure that out.
They're on a mission against Orcus.
Well, that seems reasonable enough, but we don't allow outsiders into our temple usually unless they're invited guests. She looks pointedly at you guys.
Is that us?
No, that's you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's you.
You could say that's us.
No.
They came back about 2 weeks later, and with a small force that has since grown to about 300.
They'll be unmovable until we can get them down to a smaller size or a larger size.
But there's 7 of us.
Oh, right, we're the small size.
Yeah, no, we're the small size.
We
have the underdog advantage.
certainly could take care of them. And you see there's, sorry, I didn't finish going through everybody. There's this Goliath sitting down, and she takes up a very large portion of the table. And she's like, we most certainly could bash all of them in and do this in ourselves. And she looks over at Master Owashi and he puts up his hand. He's like, it is not our business to meddle. More.
Who is this Goliath?
This is Nab. This is the head of the Way of the Open Hand.
Where did she come from?
And then there was also
You don't notice it until until it's pointed out.
There's 2 others in the room too. There's 2 half elves who Immeral would know are the advisors to Master Owashi, Mela and Wickram.
Mellow Wicker.
Mela Wickram.
Mellow Wicker.
Then just give you a dirty look. We most certainly could dispatch of this army ourselves, Master Owashi's. That is not our way. We do not directly interfere. You have to understand, these are misguided. They're not bad people. Going out and murdering them is wrong. They've hired mercenaries, and should those mercenaries start their attack, no doubt that they will not rest until every corner of this temple has been unturned, and all of us lay dead.
I bow deeply to Master Owashi. Master Owashi, with your leave, may the 3 of us go and parley with them. We are familiar with the new lord of the Order of Pelor.
You're familiar with, he looks over and...
The Star Child.
You see, sorry, who was it? When I go, Jakarn is their leader. He's their high exalted.
Yes, Jakarn is the one who practically leads, but their spiritual leader is a friend of ours.
I wouldn't say he's a friend.
We know him.
I never liked him.
I wasn't okay on him. Both of them.
He seemed all right to me.
He argued with himself a lot.
So if they are misguided, do you believe that they are misguided by ideals, misguided by money, or with a zen for violence?
Ideals. They do believe that at least the common perception is that Jakar is saving the world from the hordes of Orcus.
Can they be swayed from this following of an ideal?
Found that most people can be swayed if you just remove their head from their body.
That is true.
I think it's just leather.
No, I mean, if you just hang them up high enough and then they sway with, but...
I like this one. The girls say that as they take another big swig out of their mug.
Oh, I knew you two would get along.
We should.
Master Kroll, he makes his own beer. It's award-winning.
It's true. It's got legs.
We drink later.
I'm drinking now.
But
And
Master,
later.
if we might be able to parlay with the mercenaries and the leaders of this order of Pelor.
You certainly could try, but be warned, the mercenaries that they've hired are not humans.
Well, neither are we.
They're hobgoblins.
I think the mercenaries are much more dangerous than Palor. They're more driven by gold. If it's something that feeds one family, as Enkai and I ourselves saw, with at least one of the band of mercenaries we encountered, they cannot be swayed, so once they're paid to do a job, they fulfill their obligation. To me, it makes the danger different for whom we're going to speak to.
Yeah, well, they get paid regardless.
Which means that they will follow through on their due course.
So what I'm hearing is you want to talk to the hobgoblins.
No.
He's saying we do not want to.
I'm saying that if we can, I believe it may be difficult, not impossible, to change someone who believes that they have been star-driven to a certain course of action. I don't know if parlay would help them change their mind. It's as though you're trying to change their blood.
But what if we try to help them in a different direction?
Is that why we're here? To talk to these mercenaries? Is that why we're here to help?
We need to get them to leave, and by the vows that we have all taken, we cannot be the ones to directly interfere. I don't want them killed. At least all the ones that I've been able to see, they're just misguided in their beliefs. They're driven here. There's a general leading. If he were given due course to leave, he might lead them elsewhere.
General, what's his name?
There's a leading.
Oh, there's a general leading. Okay.
Leading outside. I don't think they would know. They wouldn't know the general's name. They've been trying to gather some information. But they don't. They know.
Why can't they fight?
Well, they don't want to. They don't like to unnecessarily hurt people.
I don't think it's unnecessary.
It seems kind of necessary.
If it can be avoided, they don't want to. No, it's just a thing that we do. Okay.
If you cut off a fish's head,
well,
it can no longer swim.
Have you noticed that I have a tendency to throw non-lethal objects at people?
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Well, we'll talk about that later. And you notice I always bounce it off your helmet?
Oh, I have a helmet.
Okay. The biggest part of your skull.
See, Wickrell kind of
metaphor. I get it.
Is there any way to cut off the financial supply? If the mercenaries don't get paid, they leave.
That's certainly
Or turn against the people who hired them.
I assume they've been paid half up front.
that's typical contracts.
We should pay them.
They've already been paid half up
We
front.
should pay them the other half.
Okay, how much do you have, Master Owashi?
Mine's this much.
Now, put it away.
We have some gold and things, but again,
Perfect. Well, you provide the gold. We'll give it to them. They'll leave. No problem. No heads need to be removed. Like you said it.
They want
Hey,
so badly
you
to come
see,
in here, but they hired a bunch of mercenaries.
It's called reverse psychology.
both Curl and Nab are kind of laugh for a moment, and Nab's finally was like, their honor won't allow them to double back on a contract.
They're hobgoblins.
Yes. Have you never dealt with the mercenary orders?
No.
If they ever would want a job again, they need to complete the ones they've been given.
That seems fair.
Yeah, that's
So what? Well, we go figure out what their job is, and
We'll do their job
we'll
for
do
them,
their job for them.
and they won't need to do it.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Do we have any raiments of Paylor?
You're using
Oh,
No.
lots of words I don't.
Do we have anything that looks like
Oh,
raiments
no.
of Paylor? Assembled masters.
They all shake their head. They're all shaking their
In the
heads.
travels that you have all put forth in your lifetimes, your collective lifetimes, especially Master Mello and Wicker.
And you just see them looking daggers at you.
Well, then let's go back to a central idea. If you want to parlay, what are your talking points?
Well, if we have a priest of Paylor who is going to consecrate the temple, then we can have that as a talking point. As in, they get to fulfill their contract of consecrating the ground, and we get to keep them out of the temple.
I don't know if that's what their means at this point, but it might be worth a try.
Why don't we just let them in and let them do it?
He looks over towards Enkai and says, "You've been quiet. What are your thoughts?"
The queen was very clear that we were coming here to help you settle what's happening at the temple. I am unclear what role we're meant to play as a negotiator, as a combatant, I'm not really sure. I don't think that they want to come consecrate the temple. I think they want more than that. There's hundreds of mercenaries outside. I'm not sure that dressing up as a priest is going to satisfy whatever it is they're camping outside for. I'm just not sure what's going on here, how we can even help this situation. I turn to the Baron and I look at him, see if he has any thoughts on the situation.
The goal in consecrating the temple, what's the far-reaching implication of that?
They're blessing the temple against the order of Orcus, against all of Orcus's minions.
So their goal would be tied to extermination then, would it not?
Not necessarily. They're enemies against the knight.
They most
But I
certainly would not
noticed-
like my order, says Aurora as she kind of crosses her arms, leaning back.
Well, you don't have to be seen. You're good at that.
Sure, but if they bless the temple against the order,
They're not going to bless the temple.
And you see Sakel as well going, "Nor ours. I think they've gotten a look of our tower. I don't think that they're going to let it stand."
I thought these were mercenaries. They can't really do much. As hobgoblin mercenaries aren't about to go consecrate things.
Yeah, but we have a priest who's going to consecrate.
If this is the matter of prophecy, though, would it not stand to reason that the Star Child or someone of higher importance would be the one to actually perform the ceremony? So a dupe or a double
But we know the Star Child.
So,
Unless it's Drakkar.
Yeah.
so all we have to do is defeat, kill, maybe if I have my way, that one.
I like the direct nature of your solution.
What does Dawn say?
I've been having Dawn translate all the big words you guys are using this whole time.
Yeah.
Parlay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And she whispers into your mind, Gragnold. This is very worrisome. I don't like the implications of what this temple's doing. I think we need to find out more of why they're wanting to do things this way.
Which temple?
Pelor.
The Temple of Pelor.
Yes.
Well, don't we... Listen, I go to Valdus. I need the journal.
I don't need to read.
Yes, you do.
I need to understand on a simple level, very basic. Here's what I need. What will consecrating the temple against Orcus do, realistically?
Well, realistically is a different thing than what they think it will do.
Okay. So, what do they think it will do?
It will protect against Orcus's minions.
But what will it do to the people here?
They don't care about what it does to the people there.
I know that they don't care about it. I'm curious what it'll do to you guys.
Is it that symbolic that it will, like, bring people down? They lose their confidence. They're willing to fight. They feel they've been opposed.
Something is getting lost here. We're not going to actually concentrate. We are going to fake it.
I don't think that's going to work.
Come up with something better.
I could pretend to be a Pelorian.
No.
Oh, look at me. I like Pelor, and I can just do the symbols in the air.
He's really good.
Look at me. I like the sun so much. Look at this. I killed zombies, but I don't cut that nobody. Up and scare him away.
I mean, can you control light? They kind of like that, and you see Rosie snap her fingers, and some light appears in her hand.
Hey, what? By our powers combined.
Well, I believe him.
I think the only reason that they haven't had the hobgoblins start their machines of war yet is because they like the view of my temple. Is it Rosie kind of perk up with that? Having such a direct symbol of the sun and of the light so close to our walls has distracted them a bit and slowed them, but
that doesn't make any sense. But so all in favor of pretending to be Pelor himself, and if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, we'll just go with Plan B.
But we don't have a Plan B.
Kill them.
I think all plans have the same Plan B.
There's always a bigger fish.
Plan B, we remove the head.
Nothing on the bigger fish? Okay.
It's both literal and metaphorical. We'll kill them all.
Did you just use the word metaphorical and literal?
I did.
You've done very well, Gragnold.
His vocabulary skill leveled up.
Yes. Have you met Dawn? Gragnold holds up a sword hilt.
Do any of the temple
I have now.
Dawnbringer?
Hello.
You see, as soon as you bring out Dawn, Master Owashi looks very interested. What is that sword?
It's just my friend.
All right.
Master Owashi, that is Dawnbringer.
Oh. Now that's something.
I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with this.
The one who wields the light of dawn might succeed in a parlay.
I don't know what that word means.
No. Just go with this. Trust me. I trust Master Owashi.
Okay.
Look. These people are misguided. We don't want to spill innocent blood. I believe. We're dropping frames apparently.
No.
That's the frame.
Nat 20 in robot.
Yeah.
Y'all got to come to Seattle and hang out.
Could I possibly suggest that if we do go to Parlay, we offer a B squad as backup in case things go awry?
Oh, I'm on it.
No, not that kind of bee.
Oh.
I think that would be wise.
Bear.
Hmm.
B is for beans.
I think
You
we got
are
ourselves a
learning.
plan.
Another team.
It sounds like Immeral and Gragnold are gonna talk their way in, and then the rest of us are all gonna be bees.
No, you're not going to be a bee.
Yes.
I know you can be a bee. You're not going to be a bee.
But if the situation calls for it,
Then be a hornet instead. They're more useful.
oh, that's a pretty good point. Maybe a
Okay.
fly.
Well, you guys discuss this. We're actually going to take our 10:30 break a little bit early so we can fix the stream.
What time of year is it?
It is. It just became summer.
That's so nice.
Oh.
I know. I
So
can
it's actu-
pretend that.
Yeah, it's actually fairly nice. You guys are high up in the mountains. The not so high that the air is thin and unbreathable. This is a little bit lower altitude than where the Moonfang clan lived. It's not super hot during the day. Probably there's Jack. No, probably low to mid 70s during the day at most, and then down probably into the 50s at night. All right.
Okay.
So we bring you all back. You're in the council chamber with all the different masters and brainstorming what to do. And so Master Washi is, so you all really want to try and see if you can talk them and trick them out of this? I don't know how well that's going to work.
Persuade.
I'm very charismatic.
He's very charismatic.
It probably will work about as well as all of our.
I think we all agreed that a backup squadron of some kind would be very helpful in case.
Well, so Master Owashi assembled masters. Could we agree that self-defense is a proper use of our art?
And you see Master Washi put his head down and just... Emerald,
Regrettable, but proper.
Emerald, you are free to defend yourself. You're no longer sworn to the temple. You've been released and gone out into the world. You're a guest. Trained here, but not an official representative of our temple. We cannot act. And you see several of the masters looking kind of upset at those words.
Which ones?
So specifically, hold on, I gotta get the list out.
We cannot act, or the fact that I'm a guest?
The fact that you all cannot act. Go ahead and make an insight check.
I like it. I like it. Crap. Only 16.
16. You definitely see that Wikram looks frustrated by this. And also Nab does seem to be kind of cracking her knuckles a lot. Everybody else, pretty hard to read. They're very good at hiding their emotions and what their thoughts are.
So, if I may be clear, everyone here would rather die than fight back? Is that what I'm getting?
What you're being told is essentially, yeah. They're
Then
hoping
This is upsetting to Gragnold.
make a perception check, Gragnold.
Perception. Ew, that is a 5.
5, yeah. All the ale you've been drinking, very good, by the way. It is delicious, rich, tells a story as you're drinking it. Different story as you're burping it back up. It's completely distracted you.
Thanks you.
I ask Master Awashi, may I have a moment to speak with you privately?
Certainly. We'll adjourn for now.
Gragnold is gonna punch somebody.
Punch Kroll.
Who do you-
Kroll.
Do you fight back?
Who do you punch?
The guy with the ale who's a half orc, I think.
Kroll?
Kroll.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have the most in common. I think he'll understand me the most.
All right.
He will understand me the most.
Go ahead and make an attack.
I will. I'm gonna punch him. That punch them. Sorry. 24.
Good punch.
Do you fight back?
24 hits. But you see them kind of lean back in and then just smack your hand out of the way.
I as I see the punch go to Master Kroll, I say to Baeridin, watch this. This is gonna be great.
I'm gonna keep punching until he fights me back.
Kroll,
Punch.
what's your armor class?
16.
16. Okay, this is just enough. Kroll's hand comes right down on your head and keeps you out at a distance.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and try to cut his hand. Their hand. Sorry. Like I'm pretty sure that they are able to not. I'm not gonna kill them or whatever. But I will.
Kroll goes, it's
no,
rude to attack in the house. They kind of start lifting you up by your head and then bring an arm in to kind of support underneath your armpit. You don't attack inside the house. If you want to train, I'll train ya.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Swaying back and forth.
You will be dead, and if before you can train me, they're going to kill you all. You refuse to fight back. And then Gragnold's had enough of this ale. He's like, "This is your clan." Really talking to himself a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You need to protect your clan. They don't know you. You need to protect them.
Baeridin's pulled some small fruits out of his pocket and he's handing some to
Gragnold, as you're doing this, you hear these hands smack down on the table, and you look over and you see Master Wawashi standing up, and there's this aura of power playing around him. Enough! There's more going on here than you can ever understand, Chief.
You'll understand because you'll be dead.
No, Gragnold, you want no.
Do you fight back?
No, you don't want to do that. Oh, you really don't want to do that.
Finally, someone.
Oh, I'm gonna
imagine Gragnold still being held by the head.
yeah, he's still Curl's basically turned you around to face Master Owashi, but still has a hand on your head. And is definitely moving with you, using your movements. It's kind of.
I pull some granola out of my pocket, hand it to Baeridin.
If you don't fight back, you will be dead. You'll be dead. I don't care about your swirly auras of power. You will be dead.
Oh, this is not going to go
well.
well.
No blessings will matter. You will be dead.
Mm-hmm.
So will everyone who trusts you and relies on you. You will be dead.
Make an intimidation check.
Can I use something besides charisma for that?
No, for that you're relying on your charisma and your anger for this.
I guess that's true. 16.
16.
This
gives you
Hold on, I need to pull up
proficiency, so +1. Plus 2.
There we go. As you do all this, you just hear this voice in your head, and you start to feel this wash of calm come over you. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Go ahead and give a wisdom saving throw for me.
want to feel calm.
That is a 11.
11. You feel this presence, like, so as you're looking at Master Owashi, you feel like a part of you is getting pulled in towards him, and as another part of his essence is coming out towards you, and you just feel a lot of the anger starts to sap away from you, and I'll put this. You have this one moment. It's very quick, where you feel this vastness of sturdy ground, blowing air, the light, the cold, the heat, all kind of whirling around you, and just this second of being kind of awe-inspired by the power and how big things can be. Were it not for Curl holding your head, you would have stumbled. But as you kind of lose your balance, they right you. And you again hear Master Owashi. We don't wish to be dead. We're not going to kill the misguided. We need to send them away. We need to find a way to get rid of them.
Okay, I think that Enkai is just gonna raise her hand and be like, "Excuse me, Master Owashi."
Yes, child. And he looks over at you, and like all the anger's gone. He's smiling again, and kind of back to this happy grandfather look.
If there's more going on here, I think you need to tell us, because we were sent here with the mission of protecting these three, and I'm not sure how well that's gonna go. So I think that the more that we know about what's going on, the better we're going to be able to fulfill what we're here for.
Baron actually moves over closer to at this point, and it's just like, has that face that's kind of like, yeah, what about Scarecrow's brain? Like totally right with her on whatever she's saying.
He smiles. It's like, when I took over as the master of this monastery, one of the things you have to understand, and Immeral, this was part of your training that you need to remember. The abilities we have to reach into minds. He nods towards Gragnold kind of regretfully. To jump in the shadows, to control the light, to use weaknesses as strength, to turn your hands into the deadliest weapons around. One who is master of people with these skills could rule the world. That is too much power for one person. That's too much. So instead, for us to be able to train, for us to be able to exist, we cannot seek power, we cannot seek to interfere. We have bound this vow to a higher order that you all, and he looks around to everybody, all the other masters at the table, especially the ones that have been looking a little more like we need to fight, need to remember that we made a promise not to meddle, even should the affairs of the world come right to our doorstep. We can train our acolytes and send them out into the world. But once they are out, they're their own people.
I think that's bullshit.
At this point, I'm going to look at Immeral, since he seems to know everyone in the room and no one else does. See what he thinks.
Immeral calmly says to Master Owashi,
Do you brush the fruit off your hand?
No, I actually
You're still.
I actually look down. I offer Master Owashi a bit of granola and or fruit.
He just kind of holds up.
Well, Master Owashi, throughout the decades that I was here, you told me, probably more times than I deserved, that sometimes there are winds of change that you can't resist. Sometimes the tension of the unexpected brings clarity, change, and evolution. What if that's this?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not even gonna roll twice. What's up, 20?
Oh.
Well, you should roll twice.
Oh, let's see if I can do that again.
Because if it's a double nat 20.
No, it is not, but it was close. It was one side away.
He looks at all of you and looks at his attendants like, come with me. And he leads. Gets up and starts leading you all out. And he takes you guys towards the front wall of the area, or of the temple grounds. So if you're looking at the map, the square tower at the bottom left, you see how there's a circle on it? It's a training circle at the very top of the tower.
Okay. Lower left.
So he brings you there. Immeral, you would know this is the training ground for the monks who follow the open hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings you up to the top, and you can see out, and you see definitely a lot of activity as something is being constructed, something is being put together. But Master Owashi is like, I wish to direct your attention away from that. I need you all to swear to secrecy. Right now.
Done.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got
I'm sorry, what was that?
He looks, and he's, Gragnold, you're of these mountains. What do you see over there?
What do I see over there?
So you look off towards a mountain peak, and go ahead and give a perception check with advantage.
21.
21.
Both rolls the same.
Takes you a moment as you are looking over at this one mountain, this side of this peak. You're looking at it and like something isn't quite sitting right with you as you're staring at it.
Not quite right with me as I stare at that.
And you see...
has no
Cannon. As you're staring at it, you see a bit of the mountain move.
I see some mountain move.
And this is not something you've ever had direct contact with.
Direct contact with this before.
But the Moonfang clan was extraordinarily familiar with the legends of mountain giants.
There are legends of mountain giants, though. Oh, I think it's a mountain giant.
Cool.
Mountain giant?
Wait, is that the secret? Maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
Oh, I didn't swear.
It's watching.
How long has it been watching?
I got there about a week ago when I sent for help.
Whose side is he on? He, she, they, on.
He just kind of looks up with kind of this sarcastic smile. Just, not mine.
Master Owashi, what are you not telling
I think
us?
there's some subtext there, but I'm not sure how to pick it up.
Well, I don't have secrecy, so...
Well, I didn't swear to it. Hey guys, I think there's
Exactly.
a mountain giant up there.
Exactly.
Gragnold?
I didn't swear to it.
No, the other masters, a couple of them have suspected, but not said anything yet.
What do we know about mountain giants?
Well, if you remove the head from the body,
And that generally works for most things.
Emerald, make a history check. History or nature, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm terrible at both.
Excellent. Enkai and Baeridin, if you want to engage in this as well, you may. You may.
You said history or what?
Nature.
For nature. 17 for nature.
11.
11.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Mountains? No. Ocean giants?
No, mountains. Right.
Yeah.
That's my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
10.
10? Oh, yeah, you've not heard of these. What did you get, Immeral?
18.
18. Living up in the mountains, these are creatures that you have been told about, and again, Gragnold, you're familiar with them, that these are giants. Okay, did you guys see The Hobbit when they had the mountain giants fighting? And that's essentially what they are.
Okay.
Gargantuan bits of actual mountain, like living rock that walk around.
Okay.
So
very dangerous.
Remove that from the body.
Yes.
I'm confused. Is the mountain giant the real enemy? Or just an additional one?
Well, it watches, we cannot act.
What is the deal with all of you not doing anything?
What's a babysitter?
You're going to regret.
Master Owashi, what will happen if we act in the presence of the mountain giant?
You all as guests, nothing. Well,
oh,
so this is basically the wink.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
So Master
myself
Owashi,
or my master's act, this temple will be buried.
You know, he didn't say anything about the acolytes. If we lead a rebellion.
So if you...
I like this plan already.
If you act, even in self-defense, the mountain giant will come down and smush you, and that's only true for who?
Those who live at the temple.
Oh, okay. I'm hereby evicting all of them by the power invested in me by the Moon Ghost Fang Clan.
Yeah, the ghost wolf, the spirit of the silver.
Hold on!
Nobody lives here anymore.
We're better than Paylor. We don't come in here and tell them how to live their lives.
No, I'm trying to liberate them.
That's what the Church of Paylor wants to do too. They have beliefs, they have their ways, they want to do it. You do it your way. But we're members of the Ghost Fang clan, and we're wolves. And when wolves are backed into the corner, they will tear apart their prey. We will defend your place. We will fix this problem for you. But I make no guarantees that we won't do it with bloodshed.
Master Washington. For one so small, you are commanding.
I'm just tired of not cutting people's heads off.
On two fronts, I'm inclined to agree. At this point, we have a plan B. That is, if things don't go well, and we've had more than enough time practicing our parley to try and get them to change centuries of their way of thinking, so consider it practice for the real set dressing.
We've interacted with some of Paylor, entirely reasonable.
Some of them.
It's worth at least a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And to find out if they have some greater goals in mind anyway. It's possible that there's something more to this than what we're seeing.
That, young one, I believe, is true.
If we can...
Gragnold is so taken aback by Baeridin being so forthright.
If we hear his side, we can understand maybe how they are misguided.
And that they are misguided at that. We need to help set them back on the path of rightness. But let's get them out of here.
What time of day is it?
It's very late at night. It's actually probably at this point the dawn is just starting to break, and
we need to talk to them at dawn.
Hey, Baron, think you can notch an arrow over the side of the wall from here?
Of course.
Sounds like we're calling for a parlay.
Okay. Okay, but here I think we need to have a plan with this. First of all, who dresses like Paylor?
Oh, now you want to plan.
Who dresses like the Pelorian, the one with the sword, the one with Dawnbringer?
I don't have any Pelorian vestments, I don't think.
What do you have that's close?
Some white.
Anything with white?
Yeah. We have lots of white robes.
I'm sure the Sun Souls have plenty of Pelorian type accoutrement.
Most certainly.
So let's put that together right quick. And we got paint.
Yes.
We can paint like suns on it, and Pelorian symbols.
My mind is clerks. I assure you, we're open.
Definitely Paylor. I feel like a lot of this plan is going to hinge on our deception check for this costume.
And we're screwed. All right.
I actually think the Way of the Long Shadow needs to help. They're good at deception. Let's get them to help us with this.
So are you basically going to be like the like Paylor's right hand man helper?
Oh, sweet
The
mother
voice of
Bahamut.
Paylor.
I will be I guess I'll act as the herald to the Dawnbringer.
Oh, that's great. That's really good.
I will be the herald to Paylor's avatar, the Dawnbringer.
Perfect. And then you can sort of Cyrano de Bergerac this whole thing.
So I'm totally going to Cyrano this.
Wow.
Well, if you're going to just... What is this Dawnbringer? I've never seen a sword like this before. Before the light comes, we need to get off of the tower here before they start shooting at us.
No, don't wave. Master Owashi is trustworthy. I trust Master Owashi with my life.
Oh, you don't trust Master Owashi not to kill himself.
But he's not going to kill himself.
He doesn't fight back. So.
No, he's not. He's
well, if he dies, he
principled.
can't take Dawnbringer from you.
Good lord,
that's true.
He's.
His eyes go wide, seeing this.
It's good every time.
It's a great reaction.
And Adam, why don't you describe what Baron and Enkai are seeing?
So Dawnbringer is a magic item. It is a cool-looking sword hilt, and then when I activate it with my mind powers, it becomes a flaming sword of radiant energy. Like I picture it like a lightsaber.
That's exactly.
I
what
was
it sounds
thinking
like.
Thunder the Barbarian, but that's because I'm old.
I don't think you're too old for lightsabers.
Yes, your parents.
It came from a galaxy. So it's sort of a lightsaber. I imagine it makes a sound. That's, I think, all me who's made that up. I don't think it's ever been DM confirmed. But I imagine it's sort of lightsabery. I picture it sort of frosty yellow kind of color. Yeah, much like the picture as presented in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So it's sort of lightsabery. It's a sword hilt with a pommel, sort of ornate, delicate yet refined.
Yes. But you've forgotten one of the most important bits about Dawnbringer.
It's an intelligent item, but you guys don't know this. Your characters don't know this. It's an intelligent item that taught me how to read.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, well,
Ongoing process.
I would say Gragnold has come very far in his literacy development.
Far enough where he can be like my 3-year-old and understand how to annoy others with deliberate misspellings.
And spell things or sound things out.
Yeah.
But backwards S's are always cute.
Oh no, my 3-year-old this morning was going to my 5-year-old. Your name's spelled SSUUMMEERR. She's like, no, it's only just 2 M's.
Important to note for both of you as players, Dawnbringer speaks to Gragnold telepathically, so we don't get to hear what Dawnbringer is saying.
But you have met her because didn't you attune with her for a little bit? All right, Immeral.
Immeral attuned with it for a little while.
I'm actually, Immeral steps out for a moment, actually busts out the journal and is studying.
Studying the journal real quick.
Yes, the Journal of Braxis. Yes.
Probably good idea. If you're going to be the voice, the Herald of Dawn. The Herald of Dawn.
For you guys
who's
as well.
writing the communique?
So the journal that Emerald's quickly reading was one that they found when they were adventuring in the jungles. Some Pelorians had been sent down to deal with this death curse that had befallen the area, and there was a shipwreck there, and they found the journal of one of the dead Pelorians, which depicted a lot of what was going on recently. They found the journal, I think it was two days after the last entry. So he had just died. All right. Seeing Dawnbringer come out, you do see his eyes widen. He's like, I think that would be enough on its own. Maybe not to necessarily completely impersonate a member of the church. Just be the Herald of the Dawn. Maybe say that you, if you wish to, say you stole the item from within here, or you were blessed with the item.
I was, so that's not a lie.
Yeah.
I am the bearer of dawn, so I suppose that's easy to say. Not really Paylor, but...
And he turns towards Enkai. You have the smell of the sea on you.
I am... The sea is where I'm from. I'm far from the sea now.
Have you traveled much on the seas and dealt with... Yeah. I'm assuming you've dealt with pirates and things before then?
Yes, many. Many.
So a parley with a hostile group is something familiar to you?
It is. But usually it's not... Diplomacy is not how we handle things on the sea.
No, but you likely would be a good additional set of eyes and ears in there to understand what's being offered.
Yeah. I do have experience with that. And if it goes awry, I also have this boomerang. I have boomerang. It's awesome. Don't worry.
Is it like straight up Avatar: The Last Airbender boomerang?
Straight up, it's just
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. In that case, Baron and I will dress up as bees.
Can I offer an alternate idea? Perhaps we lie in wait in the shadows that surround them in case things go wrong. I am not good around people.
Yeah.
Immeral looks up from the book.
We're going to be bees.
I said I'm not good around people.
Yeah, I'm in it. All right. We'll dress as ninja bees. Maybe some of those people can lend us some of those real dark clothes. Immeral.
No.
Get them to give us some of the dark clothes.
No, you want to wear the light clothes.
Nature will protect us with all the social media.
You want to wear the light.
Stealthy bees.
You want to wear the light clothes. Bumblebees are bright. You want to wear the light clothes.
You think we should wear yellow?
We should wear yellow and or white, or a combination of both.
Maybe yellow and black.
Yellow and white.
Well, Baeridin and I are going to be hiding in the shadows.
Oh.
And Baeridin, as you look up, you see Master Owashi has Hobbs on his arm and is tickling his head. He's like, so cute.
You should probably...
Yeah, he's fine.
You should probably wait here tomorrow.
So, where did you find this creature?
In the jungle.
Oh.
Yeah, he's some type of crazy bird monkey.
And you hear him start kind of chittering to this, and you actually see out of his robe pokes the head of the squirrel that guided you guys here, and then you also see another little squirrel kind of come up the robe too. Don't be jealous. It's all right. It's all right.
Here, I have Bun Bun too.
Oh no.
Oh. He hands Bun back. Be very careful with that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to drop him.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat him.
No, you can't eat
No,
him.
I would not suggest hurting this rabbit.
For your guys' reference, not that your characters would know this, but Bun is a servant demon of a mushroom person thing.
Oh, a rabbit.
Or slime. They got
Slime.
transformed into a rabbit.
So they
As a
have,
result of the Deck of Wonder.
yeah, the Deck of Wonder, every now and then they drink a potion from this, and they get to pull from the deck, and things happen.
Oh.
And the thing that happened with that was the nearest enemy is turned into a white rabbit. So,
And now it's your pet.
their characters don't know that because the enemy was around a corner.
So all we found was a rabbit.
All they found was a rabbit. The players have figured out probably what it is, but the characters have no clue. Someday,
Anyway,
Dispel Magic is going to be great.
Baron, you should shoot a thing that says we want to parlay.
I am not the person to write a note of diplomacy. That's not my area.
I'll
I
do
can
it.
shoot you that.
No.
At this point, Master Owashi gives Hobbs back over. He's like,
I write a note.
let me bring you all to the guest quarters, and you can stay there. It's best I don't know your movements from here on.
That sounds appropriate.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna write a letter to everybody that says you no longer live here. I'm gonna put it in under everybody's door.
All seven.
I'm gonna need a lot of paper.
There's 7 temples. 7 temples. All members are hereby evicted.
What you guys have been told just some basic information that was given to you that was kind of would have been boring to just roleplay out. There's in total left here about 160 people.
160 letters. That's not hard. I'm gonna fail.
Yeah.
7.
So there's Master Owashi, his 2 advisors, the 7 masters. There's still about 19 teachers left. Some of the students who are about ready to leave are there. And then there's about 90 civilians who are elderly attendants, people who take care of the gardens, help with the rice fields and things, that didn't flee.
You still live here.
You don't want them to fight.
Not suited for that.
You write a bunch of letters to say you don't live here, and then you write a bunch of other letters to say you still live here.
Congratulations!
It's like a lottery.
Do we remember anything that Dick and Marty were particularly known for saying?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Cursed a lot.
Yeah, cursed a whole lot.
Yep.
And the belching noise
Oh yeah.
Yes.
to be written into the note.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You don't write it. You just say it.
Hold on. I'm trying to come up with something here because I think you had a vision as the Dawnbringer, the prophet of Palor, that you had a vision of the Star Child who delivered unto the people, well, a number of impolite words, wubba lubba dub dub, belch.
That sounds about right.
We just got to sound convincing, and they have blessed you with the bringer of the dawn.
Mm-hmm.
That's your plan.
Seems like as good a plan as any.
Well, you got a better one?
Heard about you, love your work. Want to get a time that perhaps we could chat, parlay, share some ideas, that sort of thing. I'll bring cakes and tea.
Punch and pie?
Love, Dawnbringer.
Love Dawnbringer.
All right. So let's do this ceremonially. In fact, I'm going to write a note. Because basically what we want to do is we just want to cause enough doubt that we create chaos in the ranks.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't we appeal to his sense of ego? Perhaps
We don't know who we're meeting with.
What's that?
We don't know who we're meeting with.
Why not request the highest person that we could talk to?
Oh no, we're definitely requesting the highest person we can talk to.
So entreat him through flattery. If you believe that you're chosen, then certainly someone wanting an audience with you would delight favor from you.
We
he's
were
got a
chosen by the Dawnbringer, and also you are so handsome.
No,
and we would love
That's a different direction.
Starchild has sent
I mean,
out.
I've never seen him, so I don't want to body shame.
handsome
Oh,
and charming Palorian representative.
I write a
that you
note.
have
I write a note
to
that
come
says-
out
Oh my!
and hang out with us at a party with the Dawnbringer.
I take dried fruits and candies and I hand them to Baeridin.
Baeridin needs much Candy! And he goes running around.
So I write a note to the commanding officer
Okay.
that the newly revealed prophet of Palor, the bringer of the dawn, Gragnold, wishes a silent audience. It means you don't talk. It means you're not going to talk. And we will bring the message of the Star Child through the newly revealed prophet of Palor to the Pelorian army
Alrighty.
at dawn.
Okay.
And we request the commanding officer.
You got who to say into what now?
Say that again.
You got who to say into what now?
Okay, do you want to buy a knife?
While they're crafting the letter, Baeridin's gonna grab Baron Valdus's pant leg and drag him along, and the two of them are gonna go get ninja costumes from Master Aurora for hiding in the shadows while the parlay is going on.
Baron will not wear ninja clothes.
Okay, Baeridin's gonna try to bring you along anyway.
That's where I draw the line.
Oh yes, and yeah. So we're gonna keep. Let's launch this flaming arrow. Do
Okay.
we have anything that we can
It's flaming, it'll burn the
Oh
message.
my god.
Well, do we have anything we can make it radiant with? Any abilities?
I would suggest magic.
I can.
I have I don't know what the range on it is.
Yeah, it's like 60 feet.
Um,
Oh, but it'll be enough of a flare to let them know.
Hello.
I can maybe like druid craft that in.
So
Yeah.
could I.
Yeah, you guys could use Druid Craft.
Okay, no, we'll do that. I'll use druid craft and.
You know what I could do? As it lands, I could cast daylight.
Oh.
That would be a nice convincing thing.
That
So
would work.
I write out, behold, the newly revealed prophet of Palor comes. The star child of a vision of the Star Child anointed the new prophet, Gragnold, the silent.
That's not really true.
The plan is getting better. I'm liking this plan.
It's probably because it's an actual plan.
I like the idea of Gragnold the Silent walking up and being like, "Hi, I'm Gragnold the Silent."
Oh god.
Gragnold the sometimes silent.
Gragnold the never
I
speaking.
put a little thing, sometimes silent.
All right.
And dragons and face palms.
Yep. All right.
Gragnold
So you guys send that message
I wish
out.
he was more silent.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So how are you guys? So Baron's just gonna arc this over the wall
I'm
without.
gonna cast Druidcraft on it right now,
Okay.
so it's a little light,
Okay.
and then you're gonna cast light on it when it lands.
Yeah, I'll wait. If there's a way for me to like see out
Yeah,
the wall. Ever get like a?
If you get to the top of the wall, like it's one of those things where if you stick your head over, like you get the sense that somebody is probably going to try to shoot at you, but you can peek over, and like you can keep kind of peeking, knowing what to look for.
My intent, so it's like a 60-foot by 60-foot kind of sphere area.
Uh-huh.
And my intent is to make that whole area daylight up until somebody like comes up and grabs
the arrow.
Yeah, and then it'll go away. It lasts an hour, so I assume it will take less time than an hour.
Yeah, you can make it last less time if you want to. All right, so Baron fires the arrow out.
Fuck.
All right, and Baeridin, just go ahead and give me a wisdom check. So your spellcasting ability.
Like as a spell attack or just a wisdom?
Just a wisdom check. This is mostly just to see your timing. But 16. Your timing's just slightly off. It's not perfect, but as the arrow land, like right as it's landing, you're able to cast the daylight, and it's pretty impressive looking. Still, so you see all these people around.
Behold the power of fate.
I just rolled a 3, a 1, and a 2 for their sort of insights of like, is this a threat?
Baeridin's sort of holding up his hands, and he's also standing next to Baron, and he's like, "Come on, ninja costumes!"
Now, this is a point. Are you guys outside of the walls, or did you stay within the walls for Baron and?
Within the walls for right now.
All right.
This is the call for
the parlay.
In the morning,
yes, this is just the call for parlay, and I'm making sure that we're wearing like white vestments.
Okay. So that goes out, and it's getting to be a little bit lighter. You're starting to see some of the gray light appear. Immeral, you know the top of the Sun Soul Tower is about to just be ablaze with light, and it will stay that way.
Oh, this is going to be amazing.
The entire day. You guys do see eventually a young-looking humanish, not quite sure, it's pretty far away, scramble into the daylight, kind of shielding their eyes, and they grab the arrow. And that's when Baeridin, I'm assuming, lets the daylight drop as soon as they pick up the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you see them grab the message tube and unfurl it. And then they go off towards the back, and you see them talking to somebody else in white. What you guys do notice is the number of white vestments that you're seeing are very few and far between. The vast majority of this force seems to be the mercenaries that have been hired. About half hour later, another arrow comes arcing over and lands. It actually lands in the center of the training courtyard. So that circle that you guys saw I know I moved you off of that. I'll move you back over there real quick. That very front circle, it's not a tower. That's actually a training area where the students do all their training. So it's a stoned circle that they stand in. That's where they learn all the basic moves and start learning how to channel their ki. So the arrow actually lands like center in there, so it doesn't stick into the ground. It kind of the head of the arrow breaks and it falls.
No showmanship.
And going over to the letter, it simply reads, "Well, I'll meet this fake prophet outside the small gates to accept your surrender."
Oh, snap.
Oh,
They're onto us.
wait, who is it signed by?
You just see a seal of a sun.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, as good as anything.
Did you evict the students?
I officially told them none of them live here.
Okay.
Gragnold, go ahead and just give me an intelligence check.
All right, my best stat. That is a 20.
Really?
Yep, modified.
That's awesome. Okay. So what you guys did see with Gragnold was writing his letters, some of the letters were still backwards and misspelled, but as he was going through the stack, his penmanship was getting better and better and better with "you live here, you don't live here, you live here, you live here, you don't live here." It's Baeridin especially, this is very impressive.
I've been practicing.
Gragnold, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Baeridin.
It looks so good.
Follow your dreams.
This one's almost entirely readable.
I know, but they all mean the same thing. Therefore, none of them live here, and they can fight back.
I have to say, Gragnold, this might be the most thought out plan you've ever had.
I think the mountain giant will approve.
We should send one to him too.
Oh, kitty.
Oh my god.
While they're bickering, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn towards Immeral and be like, "Okay, so what are we gonna do?"
Well, we're going to convince we're going to try and convince enough of them that this is a new prophet of Palor, the sun god. But I think they might be onto something here, sending a note to the hill giant saying all the students have been evicted and no longer live there.
Well, I don't know anything about hill giants. If you think that's worth
They're-
exploring,
Not a hill
Well-
giant, mountain giant.
Mount.
Mountain giant. We're going to send a note to the mountain giant.
Still a giant, but less round.
More pointy, more rock,
More rocky, yeah. More rocky.
Can we
more
send-
lock, less flab.
Can we send a message up to the mountain giant saying that all the students have been evicted?
I mean, you could try.
If only we had a
You could-
small flying creature.
If only we had that. Let's send Hobbs.
I'll ask Hobbs.
There we go.
I think that at this point we've started something, so we must act fast to capitalize on it. The longer we take charge, the longer they would doubt that
Well-
we were serious.
No, it's a power play. We're going to wait until they're expecting us, and then we're going to make them wait just a little longer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2 towers moment.
Mm-hmm. What? There's 7 towers.
Yeah.
Would not lateness describe fear on our part? And there would be
No, lateness, confidence.
And then I'm going to slightly undermine their appearance so that they'll want me
No, stop. You're not going to talk.
to.
You're not going to talk.
It's
Are you trying to neg them?
Yes. it's
It's a bunch of plans. They're all gonna come together.
That's a mountain giant.
you're
No,
slightly
no, move to your
Oh,
right.
oh, sorry.
Move to your right.
That's right. I
There we
forgot
go.
you guys are
That's
a different
big one.
camera.
Must be hard to find hats.
There, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Baeridin will
Oh.
tell Hobbs to take the letter to the mountain giants.
Okay. Huh.
Hmm.
They're actually much more intelligent than I thought. Okay. That's what I was checking.
It doesn't need to be a delay of anything. Hobbs can go do that while we're doing
The
all
letter
of ours.
set and make sure to say that due to the potential impending destruction of the temple, all students have been evicted.
Okay.
Can I ask a practical question?
Hmm.
If we're not supposed to know about the mountain giant, wouldn't that kind of tip our hand?
Don't worry, we thought of that. We wrote confidential on the outside of the letter.
and Hobbs could just like, oops, I dropped this. Personal diary.
This is why I shoot things with arrows.
For use only.
All right. So Hobbs kind of looks up. He's like, "What am I doing? Where am I going? What's going on?
Okay, it's very important, Hobbs.
Do you have food?"
Up on top of the mountain, there is a rock guy.
Oh.
I need you to go up there and hand him this piece of paper.
Put this potion in his mouth.
No.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, no.
Oh God.
Don't do that. Instead,
I
give him
give
this
Hobbs
piece of
the
paper.
potion.
No,
Don't
no.
drink it.
Don't. I'm worried he might drink it.
No,
so-
give it to the big rock person up there. It's a gift.
So Hobbs grabs the letter, and you see him fly
Wait,
off
hold
and
on,
land
hold
on a statue that's about
Wait,
40 feet away. and he's on the statue and like trying to pass the letter down into the statue's mouth.
Bigger, a bigger rock guy.
No, wait, no, stop, Hops.
Bigger rock
New
guy.
note, new note.
Much bigger.
No, wait.
He flies around the courtyard and finds a little bit of a bigger statue.
No.
Lands on
Hops,
that one.
Come back. Okay. So we need a new note. This is what we need a new note. This note says that this potion is a gift from the army outside the temple gates.
This sounds like
Please
it's terrible.
consume and be blessed. All hail Palor's might.
Hobbs flies over towards Enkai and starts kind of batting at her hair. Like,
No, not the blue one.
Not me. Over there in the mountain. Over there.
and he
Taller.
starts flying off towards the mountain with the original note.
No, not the original note.
That's too late.
Let me
Do
just...
I have a ninja outfit?
Did you drink it?
Yes, you have a ninja outfit. I will say that Aurora most definitely would have given you a little ninja outfit.
Did I get a ninja outfit for Baron even though he doesn't want to wear it?
I think so. I think she would have given, like, seeing how much he didn't want to have the ninja outfit.
Oh.
Baron is
She would've-
walking around making elf music and pretending like nobody can see him.
That's a very good use of
So
good
he's,
way to quote a movie.
Aurora's kind of leaning back against the wall, and Kai, she looks over towards you. She's like, "So you were sent to protect and save these guys?"
Yeah.
Very lofty task indeed.
What god did you two piss off?
Nature gods.
All right.
No insult. I allow nature to be my cover. I dress in greens and browns.
And I will be your shadow.
I will accept that.
All right. Are you guys trying to slip out of the wall before?
No, we're gonna try and
I think-
No, I was
stand
talking to
out.
Baron and Baeridin.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's best to scope out the area to find the best way to hide and sneak.
Okay, go ahead and you guys are gonna have to climb either. Well, going around the mountain's not going to work, so you're gonna have to climb up over the wall and drop down on the outside, and it is being watched. So,
Okay. Athletics or stealth?
you're gonna need to do both.
Okay.
I will transform into like a dark spider.
Okay. So like this dark tarantula.
Oh, Cthulhu, you have failed me.
For the sake of speed, I might transform into like a larger spider.
Okay, so like,
Like a ghost spider?
I was thinking like a
They're fast.
spider.
Oh,
Like an Australian spider.
a wandering. So the huntsman's.
camel spider.
So my athletics is a 6, but apparently I'm doing it in a way that I cannot be seen because my stealth is 16.
All right, so you go to try and climb over the wall, and fall flat on your butt. Like nobody saw you make your way to the wall, but then as you fall down, like you see Curl come over, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
All I know is that Baeridin says ninja outfit. I'm going to hit him.
Luckily, I can't speak while I'm listening.
Do you need a boost?
It is rather a high wall. Sure, that would be lovely.
Right. And
No.
they just pick you up and throw you like straight up.
I got a medallion.
Yep. And so you arch up so you arch up pretty darn high over the, it's 50-foot wall.
Oh no.
And so as hard as they throw you, you do just arc over it and start to fall down on the other side.
Would it all ruin everyone's perception of Valdus if he emitted a goofy scream?
But you throw your voice, so it sounds like it's coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is like the scene from Prince of Thieves, isn't it? Where they're like, "Oh, they made it."
Yeah. All right. So you fly over the wall. Landing. You said your stealth was a 16.
Yeah. I don't know how impacted it is by my.
Yeah.
land.
Well, did you use the medallion of Featherfall when you got to the other side of the wall?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you were able to fall and land. And surprisingly, like in the early light, it seems like the eyes of those watching had not quite adjusted yet. And for those watching at home, I just rolled the best I did for 3 guards. The best roll I got was a 13, and the modifier is +0. So
I like these dice. I got a modified 20 on my stealth as a spider.
oh, nice. And so the spider comes up, and you guys are able to creep. Of note, so around the area around the temple is a little bit of cliff face, and then there's sheer walls, and then kind of leading out towards the front. It's not sheer walls. There's it leads out, and there's some what looks to be either pasture land, or maybe it was usually plowed for crops and harvesting. But there's a lot of encampments on there. There is a small tree line, but it's probably back a good 60 feet or so. It's a pretty open area. You're kind of in this corner between the cliff and the wall. There's like a little bit of a gap, and you're just kind of sitting in there. You feel pretty secure, and you've got a little bit of a view of the gate where this parlay is supposed to take place.
Okay.
It is pretty open and exposed.
Can I start trying to look around to see if anyone, like, knowing that I have some ability as far as like setting up like encampments or like for sniper type stuff. I'm basically trying to look if I could see any other embankments or croppings where there might be other archers who are maybe getting set up for this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
14.
Without breaking your stealth and without getting out of this little kind of hidey hole you're in, it's pretty hard to see completely. You do definitely see different pockets of these hobgoblins working. They seem to be in smaller groups. Some of them are, I guess, 14. You're looking for archers. You do definitely see some standing with bows and arrows, but their attention seems to be more towards the inside of the temple area. Basically looking for people that they can pick off. So standing on roofs and things. They could easily enough, though, point their arrows towards the door.
Okay, just making a mental note.
All right, readying an arrow.
Ready.
All right, Baeridin, as the spider, is there anything you're wanting to do or prepare?
I mean, if we have enough time, I'll take a short rest so I have both my transformations.
The sun is starting to come up, so you probably don't have enough time. So,
in that case, no. I think I'm going to stay a spider.
Okay.
For the time being. I'm just doing the stat block for the giant wolf spider.
Okay, that works.
And I'll hang out here and just be ready and watching.
Be terrifying. Got it. And actually, of note, which side of the temple did you guys go out of? Bring it back over there. Was it the?
I was saying the right side from our map.
Okay.
But
so
I don't know.
So left of the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay. So the side where the circle tower is, that's the sun soul tower.
Yeah.
Okay. And that would make that's going to be the bright one.
Works okay for you, Jack.
What's that?
Which side did you want to be on? I was on the right side of the map.
I would say that if you're going to one side, as long as the terrain permits, I would look at going to the other side so we have both flanks covered.
Oh, you want to split up?
Megan, how big is this temple? Because I mean, that's a huge area.
Humongous. Each tower is about 50 feet.
Yeah, I don't think we should split up. I think we should stay on the same side.
Okay, fair enough. I just don't want one unprotected, but yeah.
Yeah, it's from the corner you guys are, it's like 10, 20, 30, 40. You're at least 100 feet away from the door entrance.
So this is about 100 yards wide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's humongous.
All right, we'll stick together.
All right. So the three of you, any other preparations that you're doing before stepping out?
Make sure to put on all the cleanest, the most impressive-looking vestments we can. If there's any gilded anything, to just look, Pelorian.
It's a temple. They're not going to have fancy stuff like that. This is simple.
My robes I put over my head just so, I'm blue. I'm trying not to.
You shouldn't come, well, maybe in tow as our servant.
She's got the parlay.
I'm no one's servant. You don't tell them I'm your servant. I don't think.
It's a bluff. Actually, before we go out there, I look Enkai dead in the eyes. How can you help in a fight?
I have nature on my side.
Okay. What exactly does that mean?
What exactly does that mean? I have spirit totems and this boomerang and this staff and...
Oh. Okay. Good enough. Just start helping out if things go pear-shaped.
I will. I made a promise. I'm here to protect you and to help.
Oh, good.
All right. You guys step outside and
proudly.
Three of you, just go ahead and give me a quick Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh!
Oh, nice.
I got a 12.
All right.
I have a plus 9 on that roll, to be clear.
Oh, wow.
22.
What did Immeral get? This fits. The dice are telling a very nice story. So, as you guys are walking out, Gragnold and Immeral, it was one thing to see this army at a distance, but to be at ground level and to step out and to see everything that they're doing, and also to get your first peek at this siege machine that seems to be getting constructed, it's terrifying. Gragnold, you feel very strong and sure of yourself in a fight. Having fought some goblins and hobgoblins before, you do know what a formidable enemy they can be, and suddenly it just kind of hits you. There's a lot of these freaking things around. And both of you feel this like kind of wash of terror as like your stoic, like not showing anything faces falter for a moment. Enkai, you've parlayed alongside your captain with some of the worst pirates imaginable. It's not phasing you. Stone face.
Man, it's a good thing you went along with that guy.
As you guys are standing there, you see this large banner being brought forward. And you see on it the son of Pelor. Go ahead and make perception check. Immeral and Gragnold, though, you have disadvantage because of you're freaked out right now.
20.
Woo! Natural.
No.
Not that one. Her.
Still awesome.
I got a 13.
13?
I got a 14.
Good thing you brought me along, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, except one of my rolls was a natural 20.
So was mine.
You were scared. Enkai, you've traveling through, especially the fact that you've traveled through Sun City or Sun Cloud, sorry, a few times. You've seen this image of Pelor a bunch. You're familiar with it. This one's a little different. There's some it looks like embroidery and stitching has been added into the middle of it. It seems to be like 3 dots towards the top, sort of. Then there's like this rectangle that's kind of with arching in, and then like some stick, like a stick, and then another circle below.
Okay. I think I'll turn to Gragnold and Immeral and
Or
be
sorry,
like,
not a
"You
stick.
know."
It looks like there's like an oval with a triangle and a triangle in the middle of it all, and then a circle below.
Does that symbol look a bit off to you?
When she points it out, you guys notice.
Yes.
Oh, that symbol, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other symbol.
Oh, that symbol.
I'll go ahead and drag that on for you guys to see. So the sun looks the same, but the embroidery in the middle is different. So you can see that over on Roll20. And again, that is my amazing art skills. I did that. I made those drawings in, I think, a word processing document because I could not get a freaking
It's a football field.
illustrating thing to work.
They're playing soccer.
Very good.
The teams are uneven.
No, the teams are very uneven.
I call offsides.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United.
As they approach, you see there's a young person, possibly the same one who grabbed the arrow earlier, holding the banner, walking forward. You see 2 other people in plate mail, or full plate armor, with the vestments of Pelor, again with this embroidered symbol, and then 1 man walking in the front. Human.
Okay.
He's got a lot more what looks like possibly rank on him, coming forward and
Well, I beckon out, and I'm actually using my fear. I'm trying to look humble, but I'm trying to look humble, but impressive at the same time.
Okay.
Behold, the prophet of Pelor, the Dawnbringer approaches.
Oh, sorry. I'll walk forward now.
Yeah, you walk forward. Look impressive. Look sure of yourself. The Dawnbringer approaches. We found him with Captain Riley's journey from Suncloud. I, Immeral, was the only survivor of that journey, blessed by Braxios with his dying breath, the cleric who accompanied us, so I may carry Pelor's light forward to find the new prophet unexpectedly.
You see him just staring at you guys.
I have the journal.
Make a deception check.
Okay, that's a 15. That's 15.
Okay.
With your...
No, I don't get advantage on deception.
Just persuasion.
Just persuasion.
Hold on, I have to pull up a character sheet.
At least I don't think I do. Hold on.
Well, if you're new prophets of Pelor, then certainly you should want to come and talk in my tent.
That is what we are here to do. We are here to talk. And also to reveal the new prophet, the Dawnbringer. Do the thing. The Dawnbringer. He has been blessed by Pelor's light with power of Pelor himself. Pelor's blessing upon the new prophet, the Dawnbringer, who has had a vision of the Star Child, who has relayed unto him wubba lubba dub dub, a lot of bad words, and I can't burp on command, but there was some belching. There we go.
Morty.
Let me see this journal.
I hand it over.
He flings it back at you. It kind of flutters down towards your feet.
Ah, Braxios.
Good.
I look suitably scared that this has been sullied.
How on earth did you all get into this temple?
Well, Paylor guided us into this temple, and as you can see, there is an appropriate sun and light to guide us. We were drawn here to bring the new prophet's consecration against Orcus's armies.
Sorry.
This is the best plan I've ever done.
You should see the straw poll I put up.
Oh, God.
No way this can go badly.
No way.
We're just casual.
So,
Ocean's 11 couldn't have done better.
People who work for Paylor are kind of jerks, so Gragnold is just being character.
yeah, no, he's being great.
He's using his nervousness to seem humble and demure. We have been beckoned by to consecrate, and we actually do we have any more of those eviction notices? We have been delivering these notices to the students of the temple, and they are leaving soon.
Man.
Well, come.
While we consecrate the ground further with the new word of Paylor, the Dawnbringer.
Well, why don't you three come with me?
Oops.
And he turns and you see the two lieutenants that were next to him kind of come up behind you guys and start kind of escorting you forward to follow him.
Unhand the prophet of Paylor.
They're not touching you, they're just more kind of encouraging you guys to follow.
Where are we going? The prophet of Paylor demands to know.
He already said to his tent.
Oh, okay. You will not harm the prophet of Paylor nor his emissaries.
I see these two guys who are kind of escorting you, kind of like looking a little confused and uncertain.
Show the Dawnbringer again. Do the thing. Behold again the prophet of the avatar of Paylor.
Are you guys walking?
Now we are.
Okay. And you guys can go ahead and make some either perception or insight checks.
I'm walking, but I'm contemplating how my life brought me to this point.
As
It's a fair contemplation.
Yeah.
I think Baeridin is going to gesture in spider form that we should like circle around to try to.
How does that look? Like
He can signal 4 times as good as I can. He says twice as many arms.
That's true.
The 2 arms on one side. He's just.
maybe
All right.
Remember that one I got a moment ago?
Uh-huh.
Opposite of that.
Awesome. Okay.
Good, because I rolled a 1.
All right. I think Enkai is just very distracted by the Immeral and Gragnold show right now.
Seems about right. Yeah.
Gragnold, did you roll perception or?
I just imagine Enkai going like, "This is where I died." This is how
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all
My
right.
whole life. Yeah.
It's leading to this. I'm gonna die here.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Megan, I got a 1.
You got a one as well. You're just
As we're doing this, I'm also slipping my hand down to my tearing daggers just in
Alright.
case.
Emma, one of the things you would have noticed is with a natural 20, these two guys look like they are afraid of the general, or assuming, like, for lack of a better term, this guy who came up and talked to you. They're following,
I
but
hang
they
back a moment. Okay.
but they're following his orders. They're escorting you towards his tent. But they're staying close enough to not get yelled at, but like a little bit further away than might be expected.
So I hang back just a moment and I whisper, I say under my breath, "Behold, the avatar of Pelor knows the fear under which you live.
I'm gonna.
He comes to free all of the masses from tyranny, as well as save us from Orcus's army and plague."
I'm gonna follow his lead and linger back also because he's my advisor.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Go, Vest, go!
Well, it's slightly better.
Mhm.
You got an 11.
11.
Those are not good rolls.
Okay. One of them seems like he's kind of listening to you a little bit more. The other one doesn't seem as interested right now.
For the light of Pelor comes in many forms, and the light of Pelor leads us all past the death that Orcus brings.
As you're saying this, you're led through the camp. You're deliberately led away from wherever these hobgoblins are putting something together.
Oh, and the light of Pelor leads us past some interesting sights.
And so, Baron and Baeridin, are you guys moving or are you staying put? You see them moving off towards the middle of the camp.
So you said that there is forest, like tree line?
A little bit. There's quite a bit of open field between you and the tree line.
I think we gotta kind of bolt for it.
Yeah.
I can cause a distraction.
There's a little bit of a distraction going on already with these guys coming out and doing their thing.
I'm gonna try to sneak and bolt for it.
Okay.
I'll stay in spider form so I have a better stealth bonus. But I think that
I can try to speed or stealth, whichever way would make the most sense.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna rave.
You're gonna rave?
For Christmas is you.
Oh god. Alright, do you guys want to go for speed or stealth?
Actually, for me, if speed is just dexterity bonus, right?
Yeah, that would be your dexterity.
Okay, yeah, then it doesn't matter which way I go, but I'll choose stealth.
Let's go stealth.
My particular idiom.
If I am assuming they are trying to follow, can I actually cause a distraction by like using Dawnbringer to?
Most certainly, yeah. I think it would be reasonable for you to be kind of showing off Dawnbringer and doing that. So go ahead and make a performance check.
Oh.
Yep.
Advantage. Performance.
Nice.
15.
15.
Bless you, Elder Sign.
Got a modified 24.
Oh my gosh! All right. So as Gragnold's distracting some of the guards by kind of whirring Dawnbringer around, catching some of the early light on her hilt,
very impressive.
It looks really cool. You guys are able to hang low to the ground, and I'll just make a couple of rolls just to see. That's a 3.
As he's doing
18.
this, I continue with
and another 3. You guys seem to be able to run across, like, hunch down really low to the ground and just move quickly, and just bolt for it. And you are able to get to some bushes that aren't too far away. You don't feel like this is going to be the best cover for the entire day, but as you're moving along, eventually you do see like this gilded tent, and about the time, because they're leading you kind of guys in kind of a roundabout way to not let you get a good sight of any of the machinery that's being built, you all arrive towards the tent around the same time. Oh, and I'm liking how we're gonna get to end this. So you guys come up to the tent, and he nods to these two younger looking, they're probably 17, 18, low lieutenants in this army. Nods to them, and they pull back the two curtains, or the two sides of the tent that are basically make the front of it. So there's like this kind of awning, and then the main tent behind it, and they pull back so you can see inside. What you see hanging on the walls are all these different shields, different symbols of one. I'd say, go ahead. Specifically, Baeridin, and Gragnold. Make some history checks for me.
12.
6.
Natural 20.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Gragnold, and this is appropriate too, because of having been a brewmaster for the Moonfang clan, you would have gotten to interact with a lot of different clan members, learned a lot about the mountains. You see the banner of an orc clan that had given you guys some trouble a few years before the fall, called Longtooth. And then Long Tusk. You also see this symbol of a boulder with an eagle sitting on top of it that you know to be the symbol of a tribe of Goliaths that the Moonfang clan had traded with often. I had always been in a good standing with, and found them to be, actually, for Goliaths, fairly peaceful, actually. You see another shield, this one with a red hand on it and a little like face drawn into it with pointed teeth, and you know that to be a goblin tribe that had been particularly troublesome up in the mountains. And as you're starting to look through this, you hear this leader going, "Behold, trophies of the enemies of Pelor that I have fallen." And as he's saying this and gesturing, your eyes are brought to one symbol of a wolf head howling towards a crescent moon.
Well, now we're definitely going.
Oh God.
And as that's midnight, we'll leave it there.
No. No.
Homie, don't play that. Wow.
No. Well.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Well. That is
Yeah.
Megan, you're awful. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
When do we play next?
But
I have never seen Adam this speechless.
Christmas Day? Christmas Day? You don't need families.
Well, I think we had planned for January something.
7th?
I think it's the 7th.
3 weeks.
And Rachel and Jack, are you guys able to make it then?
What was the date again?
The 7th?
I can tell you.
As far as I am indicated, that should be all right.
Yeah, that is
Megan, you suck.
I was waiting for that reveal, and I was trying to figure out when it was going to happen, and you guys were taking a while with planning, and I kind of realized it was probably going to come at the very end of the stream.
That was good. That was good.
uh,
Yeah, January 7th is fine.
All right.
I guess we're gonna totally kill this guy on January
Oh,
6th.
Attack Gragnold.
I think Gragnold's
I'm gonna
probably
kill
just
the
gonna
shit out of
straight
him.
attack him and try to kill him rid of
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Pardon my friend.
So we just hit PG-13. Got it.
Midnight. It's okay.
It's
switching
midnight.
now.
It's after midnight.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna let it all hang down.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, guys.
Larry, that is exactly how leadership is determined.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry. I guess we should say goodbye to everybody who joined us on stream.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Noah dear. Thank you, Engaged Family Gaming,
Who
and
took
Levi, and Larry, obviously, Larry. Yeah.
Thank you, as always, for letting me be a part of all this. This is absolutely awesome.
Now I'm checking out this straw poll.
It kind of worked.
It almost worked. There
Yeah.
wasn't enough people.
It didn't totally fail.
Oh, it's a 50-50 between no and they need more bees.
I like that the ninja bee is in like the cast photo.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Guys, that was awesome.
Who put a ninja bee in the cat?
I believe our producer did.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, where's the cast photo?
On the
Roll 20.
Go to the stream.
Oh, the Roll
on
20
the
stream.
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't flip between the.
Nicely done. Comments, Ben.
I'm M. Sven. Well done.
Awesome. Guys, thank you for an amazing game. In
Thank you.
awesomeness. Adam, I'm sorry to leave you on that cliffhanger.
What am I going to do for the next 3 weeks?
You're going to
Adam's
plan.
Cutting heads off blue balls now.
Yes.
It's going to brood. Just brood. Sulking.
He shall stew.
He shall stew.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be well.